Please don't stay too long, sir.
I have really good news. Well, bad news and good news.
What can I do for you, Dr. Reed?
I can't.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne.
Well, that was that. Maybe later. Maybe when the consequences are felt. I don't know. I have a lot of people that I need to heal, but we need to go... We have a side quest, and I definitely need to go to the northeast. It is a long journey to where we need to go, and I died, so everything is back. Ooh. Hello. Hi. Hey, you're tough. Stop it. Stop it. It's not so much me who's done for. Good. Ow! That does aggravated damage? I did not expect that to do aggravated damage. Stop it. I think fire damage takes longer to heal than blade damage or something. I'm not... Maybe when I'm on fire, it takes a little longer. I don't know. But we're good. It's here, to the left. Right here. This is such a spooky area. Is that a blinker skull? Yes. Stop it. Don't say no mean things about my mother. Oh, hi. Nope. This is pretty bad, actually. Okay. There's a lot of skulls out here. I don't remember there being that many. Also, what is that? That's not an enemy. Okay. Stuff has respawned. I've heard so many bad things recently. I'm glad I can't see them. Yeah, it's this blind person. I don't know who's banging on doors, though. Man, this place is decrepit. Okay, let's see if I can heal him. We haven't even talked to him yet.
Good evening, sir. It's me again.
Leave me alone, I say, whoever you are.
It cannot be safe for a blind man to live here alone. Let me enter, sir. I swear I mean you no harm.
Well, a voice never lies, and yours clearly is the voice of a gentleman. All right, Doctor, come on in. Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
Or both. I just want to heal you, my dude. Why do you have candles if you can't see? For warmth? Surely not. Vampires drink our blood, but they feed on our soul. Shouldn't that be and they feed on our soul? Because drinking and feeding is not the same thing. How could we believe that any man or woman killed by these foul creatures, bitten by their filthy mouths, could then be accepted in heaven, capital H? No, their bodies have been defiled and their souls have been corrupted. Their place is now in hell, capital H, with the legions of blood-sucking demons. Vampires feed on our souls. From Clarence Crossley. For more information, please contact me directly.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
No, gentleman. It's a robber. I'm a robber, taking all of your stuff, if you don't mind. Which I believe...
It's locked, all right.
I believe you actually do not mind. So that's why I'm doing that. Loretta's letter. My dear brother, this is the apology letter you'll never read, for you have lost your sight because of me. I know you hate me for what I did, even if you never say so. We don't talk much in the Swanborough family, do we? So, to clear my conscience, this is my brave gesture towards you to write you this letter and to leave it in your laboratory. If you ever find it and ask about it, I'll read it to you. If someone else reads it, well, as I wrote above, this is my bravest gesture. So, Manson, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did and for the hell you've been thrown into. I'm sorry you're now a blind man trying to find a meaning to your useless life. If I could change one thing, only one thing in my miserable life, it would be what happened 1 year ago. I swear it, Manson. If I could give my eyes for you to see again, I would, but it does not work that way, does it? So please, my brother, forgive me. From Loretta. Loretta herself did that. Loretta still blames herself for Manson Swanborough's accident.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour? So what is the name of my nocturnal visitor?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. As I already explained to you, I'm inquiring about the epidemic.
Dr. Reed? The eminent surgeon? My God, I'd never have expected a brilliant physician like you to knock on my door.
You flatter me, sir.
No, sir, I am flattered. I read all your work when I still had my sight. I loved it. I'm Mason Swanborough, by the way.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I think I've heard my sister talk about her. I wasn't paying much attention, though.
And what else have you learned about me, Mr. Swanborough?
I know you assisted Professor Carell in France, and that you invented a new blood transfusion method based on his work.
Yes. Those were frustrating but exciting days. I loved it.
Yes, the thrill of research and discovery. This is what drives people like us, Dr. Reed. Oh, how I envy you.
Does someone take care of you in this isolated place?
My sister Loretta and I have our daily routine. Every morning and evening she comes by so we can talk and eat. Then she leaves and I stay.
Do you not appreciate your sister's visits?
Loretta is the best and worst thing that happened to me, and I believe she could say the same thing about me.
Where does your sister go?
Well, let's just say, she earns enough money for us both.
What's so amusing about that?
I won't hide the truth from you. Loretta sells a fake miracle elixir to the sick people of Whitechapel.
Yep, she does.
Why does your sister feel so guilty about what happened to you?
Because she knows I'll never forgive what she did to me.
You run an illegal business with someone you hate?
I don't hate my sister. She looks after me, we have a good time. But I'm just not ready to forgive her.
Fair enough.
Do you know Braille, Mr. Swanborough?
I'm no expert, but I learned it in my spare time, yes. Why?
I found a strange document entitled Cure for Blindness. It's written in Braille, so I thought perhaps it was yours.
Really? Is that some kind of sick joke? Let me see.
Here it is.
This letter seems authentic. And it actually refers to an experimental cure for blindness. You have piqued my interest, Dr. Reed.
Could it be of any use to you?
No. This page is just a part of a larger diary. I'd be glad if you could find the other pages.
-1. I think I have found the other pages. Maybe not all of them.
I found another page of the diary, Mr. Swanborough.
This diary is still not complete. The man who wrote it claims he is a member of some scholarly brotherhood called the St. Paul's Stole.
Really? I've heard of them. Very capable scientists. Perhaps the man who wrote this really found a cure.
I would need more pages to figure it out, but it's as promising as it is intriguing.
I wonder if it's turning into a vampire that the cure is.
Here is another page of the diary we were talking about.
Ah, now we're talking. Ingredients, dosages, dangers, and side effects. This is it.
Is the diary complete now?
No. The author tested his work in a hidden laboratory. We must find out where it was. Please, find me more pages, Doctor.
Investigation updated.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Wandering
So,
in this part of town at night,
Let's
you're either
see if we
brave
can find this
or a
laboratory. I do need to heal a lot of people, basically. Let me look at what we have. Oh, I didn't even heal him. I'm very sorry.
You seem unwell, sir. Do you need my assistance?
Actually, I feel worse than usual. Can you give me something?
Yes. I can give you a little something that has been proven effective.
Thank you, Doctor.
Little jab at the fake medicine.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough.
There we go. Now, we did what we came here to do. And I have a lot of experience as well. Was that from the main quest? It probably was. Or was it from here? I don't know. Either way. So, people who are ill. You're recovering. You're all good. A bunch of people, and I don't know who they are. We have Joe Peterson and Barrett Lewis. And Father Tobias. I actually don't know. Oh, freaking hell. I didn't see you there, mate. There we go. Perfect. Wow. Still, there's more people up there. And I'm going the wrong direction. Oh, this is where we're supposed to go. Yeah, right. The cemetery. Let's go there first. Oh, you're out here now.
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Xiao Shun. Are you all right?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
And now we can talk to her. Xiao Shun couldn't find the strength to leave her husband's tomb.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
This part of town is very fragile. I hope the trust so many people put in her will not be betrayed.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them, but not now. I need silence, and I need sadness.
You should not be by yourself. Grief can be a terrible trial, and it's even worse when you're alone.
Thank you for your sincere words, Dr. Reed. I sense you trying to help me, even if I don't quite understand why.
You realize you can't stay here forever, don't you? Eventually, you'll have to leave the cemetery.
Why? Why should I go? Since this is the only place I can find peace of mind.
But you're not dead. There is a difference between visiting the dead and staying with them.
You sound like you're no stranger to the pain I feel.
Let's just say, I too have a good reason to visit cemeteries at night.
Please accept my condolences for your loss then, Dr. Reed.
Got out of that one, didn't I?
Tell me how your husband died, Xiao Shun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's a mundane cause of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen? I'll never know.
Did he laugh at his death to come? I think that's a reference to somebody or to something about laughing at your own death. Or laughing at death in the face or something like that.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
Xiaoshun feels guilty for not spotting her husband's condition. Yeah, that is, guilt is a common reaction to grief.
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician, one of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this? Is it supposed to make me feel better?
No. But I felt I should share it with you, since she is buried here too.
May I ask what caused the death of your sister?
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reed. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
Maybe it is. It's such an effective start of the game. Because you go back to it over and over again. The grief that he feels for his sister. And obviously we as players didn't know his sister. We didn't deal with her. But because the grief is grounded on the helplessness that or how helpless he was but to kill her, then it is effective. We don't need to really build a connection with the character. We just know that it was just blood in his eyes.
You should go home now.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty and your wisdom, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your company, Xiaoshun. Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye for now.
Well, that's that done.
So many new graves. Why do I still feel so disconnected from the others then?
So that's good because she was in that little chapel. She was actually stuck. And she's going back to Whitechapel, which is good. What is not good is all these people. Let's us go back to Whitechapel to heal them.
You are blinded by your false faith!
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
Rational delusions.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
That woman is as depraved as Jezebel, and she deserves the same fate.
Really? Why is that?
This woman runs no medical facility, but a temple to the false prophets of science and debauchery. And she has many accomplices, I heard.
This guy's the worst.
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
Faith gives me all I need, my son. If I must fall, then so be it.
No doubt your faith will prevail, but let me give you some extra protection against the devil's work. Medicine.
Blessed be your generosity, my son.
There we go.
I have had enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Now, Joe, he should be around. He is right there. Are they both... Oh, Barrett, right.
You again? What do you want this time?
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
She's doing good work. I saw her yesterday and told her she could call on me if she ever felt threatened. Do you know what I mean?
Yep, you need money, basically.
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peterson?
Keep your medicines for others.
There is a thin line between pride and stupidity, sir. Please take this medication you'll feel better.
All right. I'll take it then. It's not like I don't appreciate the gesture.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Come on, take a look.
Come on!
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Do you have any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I guess what she does for people makes it all right in the end.
Right then. Show me what you have.
Ooh, good trigger parts. Lovely. And tiny good handle parts as well. We want these. I wonder if the prices are good, though. Let's get these.
Fancy...
And...
Do you need help, sir?
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff. I'd rather be rich and sick than the contrary.
I don't quite agree, but I won't argue with you. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Really? Free? Don't take it personally, but charity usually comes at a price. Human nature being what it is.
Nah, it's not human nature.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Also, yeah. So, that's that done. And I think everyone is good. Wow, that was great. However...
I should never have taken up my father's business.
No, you shouldn't. However... There's something that I thought of when he talked. Right. Loretta. I do not know exactly how to get to her. I think it's this way. I need to talk to her about her brother.
Even the flu... Good evening, my dear colleague.
Have you any news on Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I can't believe that people are naive enough to trust her medicine. She's just a shady nurse with good connections.
Loretta, why do you feel so guilty about your brother?
I don't expect him to forgive me. All I can do is make amends for what I did.
By making him a crook and a criminal. What if somebody decides to make him pay for your scam?
Mason is totally capable of defending himself. Just leave us be. We're perfectly fine.
I know how guilt feels between a brother and sister. Are you sure you're not trying to ease your own remorse?
Mason wants to be useful, can you understand that? And chemistry is his passion. And the Swanborough cordial gives him a purpose in life.
Loretta believes she gave Manson Swanborough a goal by having him create the miracle elixir. I wonder if that is a conversation I can have with him.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough.
Anyway, we're going back home, I think. Well, we do have a quest objective. Oh my god, look at all the exclamation marks. Yeah, all the side missions are done. So it's all up to the main quests. Can I not track it? I mean, I guess it doesn't need to. Here we are. And what? Whoa. Sturdy blood sample. It's regeneration serum. Things that we're never going to use. Even though I probably should use it. Do I want to upgrade this? It already comes upgraded. But it doesn't have these. I don't have good handle parts. The tiny handle parts are for offhand things. And I have only the one. Common pistol parabellum. Is that better than the revolver? It doesn't look like it is. It really is not. Huh. Interesting. Recycle. Okay. So let's sleep. So I am still focusing on Blood Spear. And that requires level 18 and a lot of blood. or experience. So the other thing is, it isn't really about how many skills we have, it's just about how much experience we spend. That's what determines our level. So what I've been missing the most is probably blood capacity. And then we're gonna need level 18 to get that one up. It's only 2,000. So that's actually pretty good. And then physical prowess, we're very good on that as well. And that's level 18. Let's spend for our health. If we can. Which we can. Okay. And then hopefully we'll have enough for Blood Spear when we next sleep. If you've ever lived near the docks of East End, you must know who Sean Patrick Hampton is, and if not, you might have heard of him. His name is starting to spread through the entire capital, and the song it sings is one of hope. Sean is the humble founder of the Hampton Asylum, an establishment that he built with his own hands and convictions. The building, an abandoned warehouse gracefully donated by the Dawson family, then renovated and transformed into what it is now the most famous asylum in London. The poor and hungry are welcome under his roof, and with them he shares his food, his care, and his prayers. Sean Hampton came from a background of misery, but the hardships of life didn't disfigure or maim his profound trust in the Lord. If anything, the faithful man gained an acute empathy in exchange for the torments of poverty. His love of others is renowned throughout the docks. Rare are those who didn't witness Sean cry at the sight of an infirm veteran, an orphaned child, or a sick mother. That how he gained his nickname, the Sad Saint of the East End. Sean Hampton is so respected that people still stay in his shelter, even after the sad saint contracted a mysterious disease which forces him to rest a lot and take his meals away from his flock, while in some other part of London, people step back as soon as someone coughs in public. Men and women accept to eat and sleep in Hampton Asylum. It's the safest place in the East End docks. The building looks dirty. The stench around the place is awful for a delicate soul, but there is hope and love there, and the death toll has been low and stable for days. Well, that is suffer the consequences of my choices. And Seymour is dead. He's been embraced a little. And got Stella, who's sick, fatigue and anemia. That's a bit of a bummer, actually. Because Rufus also has fatigue. It's just the two steps of the same thing. I'll remember that. Next up. Everyone is sick. Oh, it really is going down. Wow. The prices and stocks of the merchants in this district may have changed. Yeah. So we got fatigues for days. Fatigues for days. Wow, everybody's fatigued. It's a bit of a bummer, actually. So let's remember that there's 7 fatigued people here. Perfect. And we have cold from Loretta. She got it now, I think. Okay. And nobody here, although things are happening. Oh, look at that. This place was sanitized, and now everybody's fatigued. Yep. Let's make medicine for them.